Rouber Pires, good to see you here in London in the studio. How are you, first of all?
Good morning. I'm very good, thank you. And you?
I'm fantastic. Fabulous. Thank you so much. I must start with your beginning of a journey at Arsenal. You had to step into the very big shoes of the Dutchman winger, Mark Overmars.
Yes.
How was the beginning of the journey at Arsenal from your perspective? Mainly the support you had from Arsene Wenger, and also how would you describe Arsene Wenger on you, on Arsenal, and in the Premier League?
Well, you know, for me, first of all, it was a big privilege to work with Arsene Wenger because I knew him since a long time. Because when I start my career, I used to play for Metz. He was the manager for Monaco. So in France, he's very famous and very good manager. So for me, when I knew I will sign for Arsenal, it was in 2000. For me, I was very happy and excited to first to play for Arsenal, big club in UK, and of course to be a manager like Arsene Wenger. So I learned a lot with him, not during the game, but every session training. So for me, yeah, it was very important to work with Arsene Wenger.
Looking for Henry! Brilliant tackle from Edmund. Still Henry. Pires. He's got the shooting chance and he scores! Rouber Pires!
We love talking about partnerships in the Premier League, but I look at the combination, that triangle. Ashley Cole, yourself, Thierry Henry. The smile says it all. How would you describe it? It felt like a telepathic partnership. What was behind this combination of three of you together?
But you know, to describe this combination between Ashley Cole, Patrick Vieira, Rouber Pires, and Thierry Henry or Dennis Bergkamp, it's just the question about feeling. And I think, I said always in French, we talk the same football. Because the quality was on the field, technique, physical, but the physique, it's okay. But for me, the most important, and even now, when I watch the players, I look just the technique, the ability with the ball. And with Arsenal, it was, of course, we create a good combination, but we create during the session, during the morning with Wenger. And after, when you are on the field, when you are on the competition, when you play great games, it's not, I don't want to say easy, but it's more you are more comfortable on your head.
And you and Thierry Henry, was it part of this partnership that before even Thierry, you know what's going to happen, before even giving you any signal?
Yeah, but you know, for me, it was very easy to play with Thierry Henry or with Dennis Bergkamp because the quality of the players, it was there. The talent, it was there. So for me, I was like a midfield. So the first thing when I received the ball is just to play with him. Because I know the connection, for example, between Thierry Henry and me, I don't know why. Sometimes it's very difficult to explain something.
The French connection.
This is the French connection, yeah. But I repeat, but for me, feeling on the field, it was perfect.
Speaking of feeling, is there a better feeling than winning the Premier League, Invincibles, on the enemy's soil, White Hart Lane, against Tottenham?
Arsenal are the new Barclaycard English Premier League champions. They have just and only just done enough.
Is there a better feeling than
that? I will say yes.
Okay.
For two things, because you know when you play for Arsenal and when we start the season, the message from Arsene Wenger is to try to lift the trophy at the end of the season, but will be very difficult, very physical, very tough, because you will play against Man United, Man City, Liverpool, of course Tottenham, because Tottenham is always a difficult derby. But I remember because we talk about this season, 2003 and 4, we were official champions against Spurs because we draw 2-2. Yeah. And especially for the fans, this moment, it was of course for the players, but I think special moment for the fans, Arsenal fans. Yes.
And for you, being there on the grass at White Hart Lane, was it a bit surreal?
Yes, of course, because you know and everybody knows in UK we have a big rivalry between Tottenham and Arsenal. And of course, when the people knows, yeah, Arsenal, they are official the champions on this stadium, on the White Hart Lane, of course, this is a very good moment and special memories for especially for the Arsenal fans, yes.
And you love scoring against Spurs. I remember, I think you scored 5 years in a row away from home. Great record. I want to ask you about the Invincible team. That's a team that, for some pundits in the country, some fans think is the best in the Premier League history. But if you look at the end of the day, you look at how many times Man City won the league in a row, Man United won it in a row. The fact the legacy is not as consistent as those clubs. Maybe that's preventing the Invincibles from being considered the best in the Premier League history?
I don't know, to be honest. The best, it's difficult to say something, but one of the best, yeah, I'm sure. But I cannot forget teams like Man United, like Chelsea, because Man United, if you remember of the names, it was amazing. Chelsea was amazing. Liverpool, on his time, it was amazing. So,
who was the team that challenged you the most through this year?
It's Man United.
Man United.
Yeah, yes. You know what? I used to play 6 seasons for Arsenal, and during 6 seasons, we fight always against Man United, because it was, of course, Arsenal against Man United, but as well, it was Ferguson against Arsene Wenger.
And Roy Keane against Vieira in the tunnel as well. That's a famous one.
Roy Keane against Pat Vieira, especially on the tunnel on Highbury Stadium.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know why, but it was so good, so special, this game, so electric, atmosphere, Old Trafford, atmosphere in Highbury. Yeah, it was yeah, fantastic. Yeah, and I spent a great moments against Man United, of course.
I even remember the Martin Keown Van Nistelrooy. There's so many infamous incidents. You scored
a lot.
They actually spoke about it recently as well. It was good.
Even Fabregas, he threw the pizza on Ferguson.
Yeah.
So they have a lot history between Man United and Arsenal.
Great memories. Speaking of memories, you scored so many great goals, and I want to talk you through one that I felt, as someone who was a teenager watching the Premier League, was really special because everything involved. So I can imagine you watched this goal several times, but do a bit of a play-by-play from your point of view. What do you reckon is the situation?
Which one?
That goal you scored against Aston Villa, 2002. So what's happening?
So what's happened? So it was in Villa Park against Aston Villa. Freddie Ljungberg, he had the ball. He gave me the long ball. I put the ball the first time over Boateng, and after Schmeichel was upset about this, and he's very upset about me because he didn't know I will say this.
Yeah.
I will, I will do this, and it's for me. Yeah, for me, I think it's my best goal I scored with Arsenal.
Okay,
yeah,
with your weak foot as well, right-footed.
Yeah, because I told you when I watch one player, the first of all, just the technique. And this goal, for me, technically, I think is very, is very good. Can I put again?
Of course.
Especially,
I'm sure you want to watch it many times, yeah?
No, because I want to see the face of Peter Schmeichel.
I've got a story for you about Schmeichel after you watch his face. Yeah.
So yeah, the first attack is the first touch against Boateng, and after. I didn't know why I do this.
Okay.
It just, I don't know. I cannot explain.
Just naturally came out.
Yeah, it's very. Yeah, it was very. Very simple and very naturally. Yeah. Thank you.
Amazing. No problem. By the way, you mentioned Peter Schmeichel's name.
Tell me.
He was in the studio last week, and after we finished the interview, I said to him, "Next week I got Rouber Pires," and he gave me his face after the interview. No. He remembered his goal, and he said, "Not too many players had the courage." Which is weak foot, if you have any weak foot, to do it to one of the greatest goalkeepers in the history of European football. So, Peter, remember it.
No, I know, I know he hates me because because a lot of people they can see this goal because for me it's the best. But unfortunately, the goalkeeper was Peter Schmeichel. So that's why he's not happy with me. Yeah.
Not too many players managed to do to Peter. We spoke about the wonderful moments at Arsenal. Let's talk about the difficult one.
Yes.
Champions League final,
Yes.
2006,
Yes.
against Barcelona. Jens Lehmann was sent off very early in the game.
Ronaldinho's pass, and Eto'o might get there, he has, and Lehmann's brought him down. The whistle had already gone, and it's red for the Arsenal goalkeeper.
Wenger makes substitution, takes you off. Nearly 20 years gone. Is it still painful for your point of view? And you praised Arsene, you said how wonderful he was, and he was. Looking back, maybe he got it wrong, Arsene, making the substitution and taking you off?
To be honest, yeah, it's a big pain for me as well today. Very difficult for two things. The first, it's because we lost the Champions League final against Barcelona 2-1. It was in Paris, at home. I spent a lot of money for tickets for family.
You got everyone from your youth club to watch you.
Yeah, I spent the money, a lot of money but it's normal because it was the final. So this is the first thing, and the second thing, yeah, but he knows. But I was very, very upset with Arsene Wenger, yeah, because when I saw the referee to send off Jens Lehmann, I say, okay, they need to change one player, but not me. On my head, I said, yeah, I think Arsene Wenger will change Fabregas or Alexander Gleb, but not me, because I was confident.
Did he ever explain to you? You spoke about it. He explained to you why he made this big decision?
No,
Never?
No, never.
Okay, how come?
I don't know. You can. If I don't know, if we'll ask one day to Arsene Wenger, but I understand now to be manager, and when you take a quick decision, is not easy, because you need to think about your team, or you need to think about the balance. But for me, I think for me it's a wrong decision, because we talk about connection with Thierry Henry, the feeling, and I think if I will stay on the field, I think we'll win the game. Yes, sure.
One day, hopefully, I'm going to have Arsene Wenger in the studio, and I'm writing it down.
Yeah.
One of the top three questions.
You can ask, but this is my opinion.
Okay.
I'm not a manager, so that's why I think it will be very difficult. But when you are a player, you can say something. And for me, it's the wrong decision.
One of our colleagues from Sport One Israel is a massive Arsenal fan, and he grew up, and I still now that he admires you. As soon as we told him Rouber will be in the studio, he said, I have to offer a question. And he sent us a picture. I want to hear your reaction about what do you see in this picture and the amount of respect and appreciation your teammates and everyone involved are showing to you. So.
This one.
Famous one. Very emotional, can you imagine?
For me, very, yeah.
Why?
Because I didn't know, and very emotional because I was injured, because I missed the end of the season. I missed the World Cup with France, and I didn't know. When I saw all the players like this, I said, wow. Thank you very much, guys, but it was a very good surprise, yeah. And yeah, the trophy, the trophy.
Still emotional seeing this picture and the reaction?
Yeah, I love this picture.
Amazing.
Normally not, because I was injured, but I am happy because when you play football, the dream is to lift the trophy. And I lift this one.
Several times.
Yeah, I lift this one 2 times. And for me, it was, this moment, it was special because, of course, we won the title. The celebration, it was at Highbury. And when I saw all the players like this on the knees, I say, it was a emotional moment, and I love this picture. Yeah, I love the people behind. People behind, look.
Everyone. Yeah.
But all the players, huh? All the players.
Amazing,
Thank you.
Huh? Amazing.
Yeah,
pleasure.
for me, it was a
pleasure.
Yes.
Let's talk about Arsenal this season.
This season, yes.
In the wing, who do you prefer, Trossard or Martinelli?
You want me make the troubles, no, with the guys?
No, your honest opinion, because you watched them for a while now.
Because I'm involved with Arsenal, so
Your assessment. Because
wow.
They offer different qualities, but Trossard and Martinelli, it hasn't been an easy season, obviously.
I think if I can say this, but the advantage is for Gabi Martinelli. Yeah. because he's on the club since a long time. Maybe he's more comfortable with the club, and so that's why I think, for example, for Mikel Arteta, it's very difficult because they lost on the left Martinelli, on the right Bukayo Saka.
Plenty of injuries this season.
Yeah, plenty of injuries, but on the same position and on the same time. Look, Bukayo Saka, Odegaard, Martinelli, Havertz now. It's 4 players.
Even Jesus.
Ben
White before that, we know Ben White and Saka, how they work together.
So that's why for Mikel Arteta, it's not easy to find the solution. Okay, we talk about Arsenal. They have a great team, very good squad, but a lot of players like this injured on the same times is not easy.
How much the decision of Arsenal as a club not to sign a striker in the summer and in January could cost them the title, because it's a matter of time and then Liverpool probably going to tick the box. The decision not to get a striker eventually.
I hope they will, on the next window market, they will take the new direction. The new direction is to try to find the real striker.
Do you think it's a must thing for them now, if they want to win the title?
For me, on my opinion, yes, this is the most important for Arsenal, because the quality we have, the structure we have, but the football is one goalkeeper, one striker. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And in between?
Of course, between you have a lot of players. But for me, the most, I said always the same. For me, if you want to win something, you need the great goalkeeper and the good striker. This is, the good line. Of course, after you put and you try to mix the good, great players. But I'm not the owner. So I respect the owner. I respect the owner of Arsenal, and of course I respect Mikel Arteta, because he's the manager, he's the boss. So he decides, and if he wants to play with the fake number 1, he play with the fake number 1. So this is a debate, It's Espanol. In Spain, like Pep Guardiola, is the same. So what can I do? We can say something like this, but at the end, the manager is Mikel Arteta.
You played as a winger. You played goals. You provided assists. You had a wonderful career. I want to ask you about Winder, who's doing things slightly different. Mo Salah.
With Mo Salah. It's Salah! This is a rehearsed move, and it's Salah, and that one delivers! Straight from the training ground!
Took his game. He's been great for so many years, but this season, incredible. How would you describe Mo Salah as a winger? Can you describe him as a winger? What he's doing is very unique.
Mo Salah is, how you say, unstoppable. Yeah, he's on fire. So
how do you say unstoppable in French?
I don't know.
In French. In Hebrew, we say, Bilti nitan latzira. 3 words. Bilti nitan latzira.
Bilti nitan latzira.
Okay. Back to English with Salah.
Unstoppable. He's on fire, and so that's why Liverpool will be the champions. It's because of Mo Salah.
Do you think he'll stay there next season, Salah?
I hope for Liverpool. I hope for the Premier League, because he's a great player. Sorry. Good mentality. I think he's a good professional. Of course, the most important is the good ability, good technique with the ball. But Mo Salah is the very good winger. I love Mo Salah because always he tried to dribbling the defender. I know against Paris Saint-Germain it was a little bit difficult, but Mo Salah is for me, actually for this season is the best. He's number 1 here.
Zinedine Zidane, Thierry Henry. From your perspective, who was better?
Between Zidane and Henry? Yeah. Both of them is my friend, but I think Zinedine Zidane is number 1 in France. Yeah. And for me, it was a big privilege to play with him. I think like all the players, yeah, he was an amazing player. Yeah. Technically, he was one of the best in the world.
We did some French lessons. We did some Hebrew. So in French, we say merci beaucoup. In Hebrew, we say toda rabba.
Toda rabba. Merci beaucoup.
Yeah, toda rabba.
À bientôt. Toda rabba.
You're welcome. All the
Thank you
best.
very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Pleasure.
Robert's appearance is something to behold, dressed in the finest of store-bought clothes. That rich boy's your father, but he's also mine. But my mama is the poor girl